Hello everyone, iQOO 15 has been on sale for more than half a month. Recently, some friends asked me if they should choose it to play games or other more expensive flagship products. So in this video, I will use iQOO 15 and iPhone Xiaomi, these two 17 Pro Max, compare around the gaming experience. Let's see how this flagship with no after-sales performance is. On the chip, iQOO and Xiaomi both use the latest 5th generation Snapdragon 8. Apple naturally has its own A19 Pro. In theory, both are the most powerful at present, but when it comes to the game test, iPhone 17 Pro Max made a big move on the Honor of Kings because it still can't turn on 120 frames at the same time to increase the extreme picture quality, and iQOO 15 and Xiaomi 17 Pro Max don't have this problem. We experienced that 120 frames plus extreme performance is also very stable. This time, iQOO 15 also supports the 144 frame mode of Honor of Kings, and it can still be opened with extreme picture quality. What I want to say is that this 144 frame is a native frame rate. It's not plugged in, it's very smooth to operate. Out of curiosity, we also recorded iQOO 15 in extreme picture quality, the King's number of frames under 144 frames. The result is that the whole body is very stable. The body heat is also relatively mild. Before the native, it was still a game that made the mobile phone sweat. As long as the chip performance has improved in the past 2 years, the load is relatively light. These three mobile phones can also run 60 frames smoothly, but when it comes to the more stressful credit track, iPhone 17 Pro Max is starting to back down again. Its highest single-party rendering resolution is only 75p, and iQOO 15 and Xiaomi 17 Pro Max can reach more than 900p. So in the test, the iPhone 17 Pro Max is superior. In terms of smoothness and image quality, the experience of iQOO 15 is relatively good. This naturally has to do with iQOO 15's more advanced performance scheduling strategy and the new Monster Super Nuclear engine. And it's equipped with a large-scale single 8K VC thermal panel. The heat can be transmitted evenly at a faster speed to the entire fuselage. It won't be in a certain place and cause partial overheating. This is how you get a longer performance release. Of course, it's just a game. After all, higher frame rates and better quality, it should be a common goal for every player. It's a pity that Xiaomi 17 Pro Max is not yet supported the function of super point difference. I hope it will be okay as soon as possible. And Apple is just supporting called the Super-Resolution algorithm of MetalFX. There is also a part of the game that provides support in the supported game. It does improve the clarity of the screen to a certain extent, but this algorithm requires the developer to take the initiative. If the game doesn't do the adaptation, the iPhone can't help it. iQOO 15 is equipped with a Q3 independent display chip. I'll put it simply, the advantage of using a read and write chip to achieve super point difference, it's a good effect. For example, after the original super point difference, the line and the clarity of the sticker have been greatly improved. This kind of picture is a little bit of a meaty game. The super point difference will also look a lot more exquisite. But I think the most necessary super point difference, it's still the piece elite. A game with high frame rate and high quality, iQOO 15 is a 2K super point difference. The quality of the game is as exaggerated as reset. Just based on this, I would recommend it to friends who like to eat chicken. Of course, the super point difference is also good. A lot of games can exceed 120 frames. The operation is also more familiar. It feels like there's no difference from the original. The second is that the number of games supported is large. Click on the settings and you can see a lot of sheep. You can say that you can call it a well-known mainstream mobile game. iQOO 15 basically supports super point difference. The third is that iQOO 15 supports super point difference. It's also done very well. For example, a heavy-duty game like Bungie can do 2K plus 90 frames. The Ultimate Spirit can even get 2K plus 120 frames directly. The visual experience and operating experience have been greatly improved. And this Q3 chip also comes with an egg. Of course, iQOO 15 became the first mobile phone that can turn on the light effect in the original. After turning on the light, some scenes have a much better reflection effect. And the feeling is very natural. It's hard to imagine that the mobile phone manufacturer modified it himself. In addition to super point difference, In the game, iQOO 15 also does a lot of functions that 217-inch Macs have not done. Like the original, this game is not just a jump conversation. For some plots that you are not interested in, you can only keep clicking the screen and clicking until you are tired. And with iQOO 15, you can put your phone aside, remember that AI can automatically go through the plot for you. Where to go, even when the character is frozen, it can also automatically press and hold for you. I feel like the next step is that AI will help me make a beautiful day. And then let's talk about the screen. In fact, the screens of these three mobile phones are all flagship top of the line. But the advantages of each are not the same. For example, because the professional demand for iPhone in the field of creation is very large, so the iPhone 17 Pro Max screen is very accurate, and the original display function is very well adjusted. This generation also updates the AR anti-reflective layer, greatly improves the screen readability under complex lighting conditions. The only thing that makes me feel confused is the eye protection. Even now the PWM switch is added, but after I turn it off, I still don't feel very comfortable. If you are also sensitive to low-frequency lighting, it is better to be cautious. Xiaomi 17 Pro Max is the first super pixel technology. Compared to the traditional 1.5K screen, the clarity of the same size is significantly improved. And the hardware is also done in a better way. Support full brightness and low lighting. The color accuracy is also very good. But the default color temperature is a bit cold. If you are a professional, you may need to adjust it manually. As for iQOO 15, 2K plus 144 resolution plus dual-core combination is the highest among the three. For scenes like text reading, the 2K screen still has some advantages. And considering that iQOO 15 has a more perfect superpower function, the improvement of 2K in the game scene is also more obvious. Because it first released the 2K LED OLED display technology with Samsung's latest M14 luminescent material. So even if the brightness of this 2K screen is quite close, its screen power consumption is not high. In some scenarios, it can even do lower power consumption than the top 1.5K screen. iQOO 15 also uses no border light display technology. Let the screen emit light closer to the natural light. It looks more comfortable. And iQOO 15 has both front and rear light sensors. There's also one on the top of the fuselage. Make its automatic brightness strategy more accurate. The perception of environment changes is more sensitive than the other two. In addition, its appearance is equipped with an AR anti-reflective film. The actual use of the anti-reflective effect is very obvious. Don't tear it when you get it. Finally, let's talk about the image. The iPhone 17 Pro Max is mainly upgraded with a telephone lens. The image quality has been significantly improved. But in fact, the advantages of the iPhone have always been video. Including many of us who rely on video to eat will use the iPhone to create. And the professional color software under the iOS system, the ecosystem is also more comprehensive. In these scenarios, its composite box is still very wide. The highlight of the Mi 17 Pro Max is Leica. Its main cell, its dynamic range is indeed very wide. The quality of the night scene and the low light scene is also very good. In addition, Leica has given it a unique drinking style. For lovers of street photography and other photographic subjects, very attractive. The image configuration of iQOO 15 is a comprehensive balance. Go to the long-term official return. And its 1.95 inches, the three-fold focal length is also very useful. It meets the needs of shooting people and shooting scenes. The software has given a rich style mode and filter options. Various long-term products are more pleasing. If you like the image of the flagship product of the Blue Factory, then you should be able to play on the level of iQOO 15. Find that familiar feeling. In fact, the flagship mobile phone products are all very good. It's just that their positioning is really different. For example, the Mi 17 Pro Max is mainly about the back screen and Leica image. The iPhone 17 Pro Max is more like a tool for the creator in the video recording and professional software ecology. And the factory version of iQOO 15 is obviously on the performance and game experience. It has done a lot of work on the balance of high image quality, high fluency, and game power consumption. At the same time, it can be said that the experience is not obviously short. As the saying goes, there is a professional in the field of leaf. If you can spend less money on your own needs, if you have a higher pursuit of game experience and performance, at the same time you look at the screen display effect, I want a flagship that is balanced in all aspects, so the price is not as expensive as iQOO 15 may bring you a better experience. Alright, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.